2019, surgery on the right foot. 2020, it was COVID. Nobody got injured. 2021, strained right calf. 2022, left rib cage inflammation. 2023, fractured. Now, hamate bone in left hand, if I said that right. And then 2024, torn left meniscus. So he's been hurt for almost 8 years straight.
Absolutely.
Wasn't he diagnosed with back injury issues like what David Wright had, or am I thinking of something else?
He might have been. I mean, this is so sad. The career of Mike Trout is so sad. It's so good, but so sad.
At one point, do you have to start blaming the training staff for the Angels? Seriously, am I the only one who's like, okay, at some point, no player is this injury prone?
They hired Dr. Nussbaum. Great gosh.
And Alvin Yakitori.
Alvin Yakitori, the patient. I kissed your wife.
I picked up Mike Trout in fantasy, assuming that he'd be back like 4 weeks ago. And
now, if we give him our meniscus, he can play. Anybody want to give up a meniscus for Mike Trout?
No.
If he's not the Diamondbacks, I would, but that's about it.
I'm saving mine for Malik Neighbors just in case he gets hurt.
Yeah.
I'm saving everything, even a kidney for Aaron Rodgers.
I'm giving a knee to Avonte Maddox because I know week 2 he's going to be out for the season. Happens every year.
We got Celine Dijon, Cooper DeJean. We should be okay.
Bus shop. He's so good.
Y'all my Jared-sized beard night.
You're like Barney from The Simpsons.
Hey, Fred.
No, not the Flintstones.
Well, here's the thing: is like I had a day. Work was draining me, and it was just because like I'm in this weird in between where like I'm trying to make more calls, but like I've kind of exhausted all of our existing customers from our current user interface. So I reached out to our CFO, be like, "Hey, you got the old list from the old software?" She was in interviews or something all day, so I couldn't really get a hold of her. So I was sitting there just doing up email blasts for our marketing department for the next like 2 weeks over because I'm on the road basically almost all of next week, except for Thursday night. I'm here, thank God, before I go to Ohio for the Fantasy Football Expo. But
did you do your Barney impression that you just did for us? Because that was really funny.
I might do that. I might see if Annie Agar's there. I'll do it for her.
Hey, boo boo. Oh, that's Yogi Bear. Never mind.
Wrong one.
Oh God. Oh, God.
I was trying to explain to somebody like, yo, who's your dream guest in your podcast? Went through like my list.
Yogi Bear.
I'm like, who's the one guest if you had on the show you wouldn't be able to control yourself from trying to not hit on them? I'm like, sports wise, oh my God, it's not even close. It's like I was like, they're like, oh, what about that Annie Agar girl? I'm like, I would not stop myself from like not trying to get her number afterwards.
I promise I'll work on it. She's verified, and I'm verified too, so I can send her a
Oh, that's good. That's like
is that my birthday present?
It sure is, Jared. I got your back, good sir. I got your back. I will make it very convincing.
I will work on getting Frank back on the show because he's like, oh, I'm stopped doing guest appearances. My brother, you know you love coming on the show. And now he's got the whole Krusty crew, so now he has no excuses.
So, yeah, let's work on some pickup lines for you, Jared. Be like, hey, screw zodiac signs. Do you like pulp or no pulp in your orange juice?
Yeah, I don't believe in any of that BS. Zodiac signs. Zodiac signs, you don't want my honest opinion on the whole Zodiac signs. Dude. Literally, Zodiac signs are the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. My favorite line I ever heard was like all that crap. Like you're an Aquarius or you're what is it?
You're acting like a Taurus right now, Jared.
Yeah, no, that just means you're so mean sometimes, so and so. It's because you're such a Taurus. It's like because she's such a bitch. Like that's.
I don't even know what months.
That's what it is. I tried to explain. One of my best friends. She's obsessed with like the signs and shit, and I literally have like told her multiple times, like I don't care about any of this crap.
Dude, oh my God, are you an Earth? Wait, what's an Earth? They have like Avatar like meanings. Do you have like an Earth like vibe? Like
once again, Chris, I could give a F about this.
All right, dude. Jeez.
He definitely has a rising moon in Aries or something.
Oh God.
The only
dude.
rising moon I get is when I'm on the top floor
Dude.
with my pants down.
You Gemini, you.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know, dude. There was a Barney impression 5 minutes ago, and then Jared dropped his pants.
Yeah, and
On
before that, we were
stream.
talking about
On stream.
splooge
Sipping a
on
pint.
cities.
With the C.J. Gardner Johnson jersey in the background.
Nice.
That's Rodney McLeod.
Never mind.
Peep the Super Bowl emblem.
Oh yeah, I just seen that too.
Then,
Oh,
I got Uncle Ed over here, and then I got Kevin Garnett on this side.
And Vinny Chase on the wall.
Goddamn right, the boys right here.
Yeah, are you kidding? I am Queens Boulevard.
And then I got Whiskey Myers Frogman, my Funko collection, and my graveyard of Diamondbacks and Eagles hats.
And then my wall says "Live, Laugh, Love." Here's where home is.
Yeah, that does not surprise me.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. You definitely have that. You definitely have that somewhere. That flag with the parrot.
All right.
I love being here, man.
So you know what? It's so funny. So boys, Maddie is the last one, unless Chris has waited to get NCAA 25. Am I the only
have
one?
it.
You have it? Okay.
Yeah, I got fired my first year in.
I'm 5 games in. Okay, so Road to Glory, I've already won a
Yeah,
national title as a running back for South Carolina. I ran for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns, and I caught 110 through the air because the freshman quarterback for South Carolina is brain dead when it comes to decision making. So I had to basically okay, the offense is going to run through me. But we were playing Alabama in the college football national in the playoff championship, and I ran for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns or whatever. It was crazy, but I did that. I have a Miami quarterback who beat out Cameron Ward after week 1 because he threw 3 interceptions against Florida, and it cost us the game. So the coach put me in a QB competition. I wasn't even close to his overall. And they're like, "Hey, kid, you want to get a shot?" I'm like, "Sure." And I beat him at 2 out of 3 drills, so I had to go in. And basically the whole first game, I was just throwing checkdowns and ran for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll tell you my story.
Oh, and by the way, fun fact, where you have your hometown affects where you get your scholarships from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I changed
yeah.
mine to Crockett, Texas, which I actually was looking at houses there, actually. So Crockett, Texas, I got more offers from Big 10, Big 12, and SEC schools than I did when I did mine from Avon, Connecticut, where my dad's office used to be. Because there's no Southbury, Connecticut. So I had Danbury, Avon, whatever. So I switched it up, and I was like, okay, so maybe I'll try Honolulu, Hawaii for my next build. But it was kind of cool seeing okay, so the Crockett, Texas guy got offers from Texas A&M, because Michigan offers to every quarterback, except you basically just hand them off to Donovan Edwards for 45 straight plays.
Yeah, dude. One thing I will say about the game is, if you're a quarterback, because I'm a quarterback, the O-line sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. I'm so bad at the game. I started getting scholarships from community colleges because none of the Ivy League.
What school? What school did you go to for the game?
No, I went to Temple. I went to every party, and my GPA was. I got kicked off the team almost. I didn't. I almost did.
You know where I went? Kennesaw State.
Dude, you are such a basic. Everyone's doing that on freaking YouTube.
Yeah, but I do.
Wait, did you pick a college team yet? An actual team? You never did that.
Season's coming up, brother.
I know. I don't
You
have.
never-
I don't have the gear.
You
Yeah,
can
you're
also-
right.
You can join the fun side.
Or you can come to LSU with me and Maddie. Just hold up the L when we lose.
All right,
Can't see it
before we
through the
get into this, we gotta start getting rock and rolling now because our guest is
Open
here.
the portal.
The portal to 4 losses and 8 wins. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us now
So sweet.
is the co-host of Hilo Sports, a good friend of mine. He is the Neuralink for Belly Up Sports. He's one of the smartest football minds I know. He's also the stunt double for Hunter Renfrow in every biopic involving any Raider going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman is Also got an amazing collection of cups behind him, DJ Stewart.
Maybe almost every Ray. There's some of those guys I do not want to be involved in any of their buyout picks or anything like that, especially if it involves cars.
Where does your boy Renfro play right now? Is he still a free agent or he got signed somewhere?
Still a free agent, awaiting his turn.
Which may not
DJ,
come.
sign your damn contract, brother.
No one's offered one yet. They're not ready.
He was linked to somewhere. Do you guys want to know where? Take a guess.
Nate, I feel like you would kick ass on like a kid's TV
Those
show.
Giants.
No.
Nate, I swear
The
to God.
Patriots.
No. You're
Come on,
so
they're
close.
like white slot receivers.
Sing it with me, Matt.
Oh, boy. Jesus.
God, if he goes to the Jets, they're winning the Super Bowl. You saw what he
Dude,
did
I
against
can-
Alabama in the national championship game. They're winning the whole thing if he goes there.
I don't know about you guys too, but I can see Nate like.
Oh yeah,
rocking
Nate
hard
could
on,
totally host like
Blues
a like
Clues.
Nate could definitely do like a Nickelodeon like.
Dude, he
sports
could do a
show.
Nickelodeon show. He's got the personality, dude.
Nate, do you
Dude,
have a
I-
stripes? Do you have a stripes shirt like with lateral stripes?
Yeah,
I do not. I should probably.
Damn,
get
I was
that,
say I think you could be the new Steve from Blue's Clues.
dude. If I see you next to a
We'll do
blue
like a
animated
fourth
dog in the
edition
next
of Blues
5 years,
Clues for
dude,
Nate or whatever.
Yeah.
I know you're doing good.
And this has nothing to do with the fact that the most recent host of that show was Asian. Nothing to do with that.
Didn't even
Dude,
honestly
I'll
know
put it
that.
out.
So good point.
Well, I
That-
didn't-
that-
Oh come on, Nate's already made a
first
joke
thing.
off camera how he's our diversity hire. So I mean,
Yep.
If you could just sing, we just got the mail. You know, we just
Yo.
got,
Just got the
mail.
mail. We just got the mail.
Oh,
We just got the mail.
let's go.
I wonder who it's from.
we had such a weird
Ah.
show today. Nate
Dude, he rocks.
referred to Jazz Chisholm as Jizz Chisholm, or not Nate. Chris did. Did a Barney Rubble impression, and then they just sang the mail song.
Yeah, and
Who did you
also
just walk into?
I got kicked off Temple's football
Yeah,
team
and Chris apparently
Yeah.
got off of Temple's football team.
for partying, and my GPA was horrendous.
I believe every single word you just said. I don't even need context, but I believe every word you said.
This
Did you
was
get
all
blocked,
on
by the
a-
way? Did you get blocked, Chris? Real quick. Did you get blocked by that girl yet?
What
Yes.
girl?
There's Audrey. You haven't met Audrey yet?
Oh, I told her to kick rocks.
Oh, I
Audrey.
went, but like I did the low risk.
Oh,
one,
I didn't
but-
get Audrey. I got like Becca or something weird.
Oh, the girlfriend?
Yeah,
Oh, we're talking college football. I thought we
I
were
don't
talking real
recall
life.
that. No,
I thought we were too.
Like,
Yeah,
we
no,
were-
we were talking about college football. No, that's what it is. Like I didn't get Audrey. I got like some other girl, and she like asked.
Oh,
if
I think I got Becca too, Jared. I don't think I got Audrey. Audrey was out of my
You
league.
get
we
two
actually
choices.
have a lot of stuff to cover, fellas. So let's get a move on here. We'll
Sorry,
start
sir.
in the AFC South DJ's division. We'll start with the team that honestly Chris just makes the best puns about. We're starting off jagging off. The Jacksonville Jaguars. They had a very interesting season last year. They were supposed to take the leap, and then they just basically did what we thought they weren't. Oh, actually, no, I thought they were going to do it. I didn't want to make a Denny Green reference that early. But you know, what are you gonna do? Fellas, early thoughts about the Jaguars. Chris, I'll start with you.
I guess I'll say about the Jags is I hope they make a leap, as the past couple years has been like a little disappointing. Dougie P always has his head on his shoulders, so I'm sure I'm sure they'll be okay. But I'm also worried that because I think they lost Calvin Ridley, and I don't know. They're like a weird team to me, but I'm rooting for the Jags. I think they're going to be a 9-win team again. I think they're going to sneak in the back. I'd say like 6 seed maybe in the AFC, probably sneak in the wild card. Probably going to get bounced out right away, but I told you my dream is for the AFC to run through Duval.
Weird dream. All right, so to summarize their offseason moves, I hate this damn phone sometimes because I had the list up. Okay,
Clear your browser history.
You don't need to see that.
It's Walter Football because they have the most like leveled one, but there's so many freaking like spam ads, and my phone has like a serious ad blocker on it, so it just basically crashes the website every time I go on it. And it drives me freaking nuts. All right, we'll do this quickly. Veteran additions: Mac Jones, Gabe Davis, Devin Duvernay, Mitch Morse, Eric Armstead, Travis Gibson, Ron Darby. That is a funny one. Darnell Savage. And Joey Sly, because kickers matter, right, Chris?
They do. They changed the game.
They drafted Brian Thomas out of LSU, Mason Smith, Jerron Jones, the cornerback, Javon Foster, the offensive tackle, and Jordan Jefferson and Durante Pierce. They lost C.J. Beathard, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Shantley, Kalevan Chastain. I butchered that completely. I don't care. He's a bench warmer anyway. Darius Williams, Dwale Smoot, and my boy Rayshon Jenkins. Shout out Miami. So, Jacksonville Jaguars, gentlemen, and this is going to come as a shock to Chris. I have them going 9-8 and staying the course. I do not like how they
said that.
Well, I mean, you said that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My phone was taking up 99% of my attention.
There you go.
9-8, third in the division for one simple reason. They have more offensive firepower right now currently than the Colts or the Titans do when it comes to continuity, where you know what you're getting out of them. But 9-8's their ceiling. Realistically, they could go 7-10 because the two teams I have after them, I could see having higher upsides. We all know who's has the best shot at winning this division. That's our boy Hexter's H-Town Texans. But right now, I'm doing a coin flip between 7-10 and 9-8 for the Jags, only because I don't like their receiving core. It makes no sense to me how they built it with Gabe Davis, Brian Thomas, and Christian Kirk. It's a weird kind of setup. And also, I just think Trevor Lawrence is the most overrated quarterback in football. So that's a whole nother argument. So yeah, I'm going to go 8-9, actually. I'm going to flip my pick. 8-9. DJ. Sorry, it's hot as hell in my basement, so I'm trying to not move as much. I'm already sweating.
The Jaguars are weird because I like them, but I don't love anything about them. They feel really very awkward. The offensive line's still shaky. Trevor Lawrence, we've seen one good half of a season so far, and the rest of it's been well this, well that, well that. Travis Etienne was nice. If Brian Thomas Jr. is Justin Jefferson, then they got something there. But other than that, there's a lot to not really. I don't know. I'm gonna be the broken record and stick it around 8-9, 9-8. They'll win some games. They'll annoy a few teams. They'll ruin somebody else's life. But I think they'll be fine. They got players. Josh Hines Allen's still gonna terrorize the quarterbacks. Tyson Campbell just got paid. He's outstanding. So there's a lot to like, but nothing to really love. And in that division, you gotta have something to love with some of those other teams in there and in the AFC. So we'll stick with 9-8. We'll be the broken record.
All right, Maddie.
I'm going to be that guy, and I'm going to just go one step above. I think they can get to 10-7. I think that they won 9 games last year, I believe.
After starting,
won 9. That is fair. Trevor Lawrence was also, had some injuries towards the back half of the season. I know they lost. Calvin Ridley on offense wise. Gabe Davis is not. Gabe Davis isn't Calvin Ridley, but just Calvin Ridley's not. Best receiver ever, obviously, but I do like Brian Thomas. That is a little wild card for me. I think he's a tremendous receiver from LSU. I'm excited to see what he does. I think he can help them out with what they've lost offensively. So I'm going to go for the 10-7 mark. I do like their defense. I think it's slept on. I think their offensive line will be a lot better as well. So I'm going to be 10-7 to finish middle of the pack in that division. I haven't decided who I'm going to put in second place.
You got a little bit of Tiger
showing.
I
already have this whole division mapped out in my head.
Got a little who?
Nate.
You got a little bit of Tiger showing right there after that Brian Thomas soliloquy.
Oh boy, I'm getting gray.
That's a Tiger, not gray. I was making an LSU joke.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were just saying I was old.
No, I'm popping the kettle.
All right, Nate, finish us strong here.
Yeah, I think for Jacksonville, looking at their schedule, very rough start. With Miami, Cleveland. Whoa, 1 second.
Just the thought of the Jaguars is making him sick. As soon as he says the Browns, he thinks about Deshaun Watson, and it makes him have to hurl. Understandable and relatable.
My back hurts. Where's Deshaun Watson?
We're not touching that one.
Yeah, I'm not. No, we already sent you the penalty box 4 minutes in. We're not doing this again.
So yeah, when it comes to Jacksonville, you have Miami, Cleveland, Buffalo, and Houston to start the year. To me, that they could start 0-4 because of how good those teams are. I have them at 7-10. Trevor Lawrence back is great. Having him on an extension, which is great. But Gabe Davis is there too as an addition this offseason. But just looking at the team, this team doesn't scream excitement, which is okay in some circumstances. But just looking at it, I just don't see this team really making any noise at all. So I'm gonna go 7-10, based off their schedule and just the roster as a whole. It will still take some time for me to get used to Josh Hines Allen. I will say that. It'll take some time.
The dream.
Now we're switching. Well, listen, the other Josh Allen is getting married to Haley Steinfeld, so I mean he's got to get separated.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you can't say the Josh Allen name around his name.
Like I said, I will work on Annie Agar. I promise.
All right,
I promise.
All right, here we go. Tennessee Titans. Speaking of Deshaun Watson, we got another quarterback, but this one's junk got leaked instead of him trying to leak it. So, Will Levis and the Titans with probably one of the most underrated offenses in the league. I'm not going to lie. I looked at their entire roster, and I'm like, receiving core is not bad. Running back's not bad. What did you say?
Nuke's out for a month or 6 weeks now, though, but
he's 1,000, but they still have Calvin Ridley, who is the
and he'll get you 1,000 any season too. Yeah,
I know. Unk can just produce, but they have Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd also, and they have the Treylon Burks. Sorry, I remember how Titans fans are trying to say they made the right move after with the AJ Brown thing. All right. Oh, sorry. I gotta stop laughing.
Movie villain.
I know, right? I'm just like no, because you know what? Like, I heard so much crap from Titans fans after we traded for AJ Brown. Like, oh, have fun with this diva receiver. I'm like, oh, I just put a back-to-back 1,400-yard seasons, become a team captain, essential part of the locker room, become the Philadelphia media's most hated player.
Conquer the biggest weakness of Chipotle.
Exactly. There's no Chipotle's in Philadelphia, so that's why he's not missing games.
There's Chipotle. What?
I think Jalen Hurts told him to stop going. He's been at the Devontae Smith pass too much, so he's probably going to like Raising Cane's instead. What I will say, I love the Titans' explosiveness. They will get Hopkins back about maybe a week or two into the season. I love the running backs. Pollard is the 2. Tajay Sharp is the 1. That's how it's going to finish, folks. Don't let anybody tell you different. Pollard is better when he's a number 2 back. That being said, I love this team. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people, go 9-8. And they're going to be kind of like chipping away at the door for the last wild card spot. And I think this is like the next kind of sneak-in team. The AFC South is back. The team we're talking about next is going to make DJ very happy because I have some good things to say about them as well. But here we go. Titans, 9-8. Deej.
We're going to go 7-9-ish just because for no other reasons. They had to rebuild that entire team. That offensive line last year was terrible. Receiving core, I like Calvin Ridley. They just got to get him integrated. New offensive line coach, new offensive coordinator, new head coach. There's a lot going on there. In their first 7 games, it's brutal. They could really start 0-7 out of the gate. Maybe like 2-5 is a good win. Is a positive after those first 7
I was more looking at the back end of their schedule, being like, oh, they're going to steal a couple here.
Oh, they will. But
that's what my thinking was.
I'm thinking if they start 1-6, they could still finish 7-9 and have a good back half of the schedule. It's just a rough start. And I can guarantee you Tajay Sharp's not going to be the starting running back because his name's Tajay Spears. So he will be the starting running back. Yeah, just
sorry. You know what? The worst part is he's my number 3 running back in my fantasy team right now.
And just busting your balls here, but I think they'll be good. They'll make some noise. They're a year away. I think they'll annoy some people down the stretch. They're a very weird, fluky team. Will Levis, we'll have to wait and see. Last year he had 0 help, so I don't know how good he is or how bad he is. He was running for his life and getting
smoked. Watch when he had time to throw.
And that was the key. Will he have time to throw? And can he not try and 360 over linebackers again this year?
You know what? After I saw him do that, I'm like, you know what? I like this kid. He's going places. I don't give a crap about the mayo and the coffee or eating bananas whole. Like, I don't care.
And he's banging a former member of the Bachelorette, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah!
We talking about Gia Duddy because
no, there's a new one. She's super pretty.
Will, let's go. Yeah, Gia, she sucks. Literally, we saw the video. All right, Maddie.
The children's program.
I agree with. I think they can get 7 wins. I think they'll wind up finishing probably last in the division. They got a tough schedule, like DJ was saying, but I do like how they've just been rebuilding this roster so far. That they got a deep receiver core. Question is how the offensive line and the the running back situation is going to be between Pollard and Spears. I almost said Sharp because of Jared. But other than that, defense, they're starting to build that secondary up, and defense has been that weak point for them for the last handful of years. We got L'Jarius Sneed, which is a fantastic add for them, and we'll see if Jamal Adams can get back on track in Tennessee. Probably not, but we'll see. So I'll give them 7 wins. I think they're going to do some damage at the end of the season. But like we were saying, I think it's just going to be a growing pain year one.
I never actually did the summary of what they gained and lost this year. So we'll do this rapid fire real fast. Tennessee Titans gained, like you said, L'Jarius Sneed, and they also got Jamal Adams, as well as Calvin Ridley, Mason Rudolph, Tony Pollard, Shajiq Charles, Lloyd Rosenberry, Sebastian Joseph Day, Kenneth Murray, and Chidobe Awuzie. Got it. All right. And they also CJ Latham. Good pick. I love that one. Tavondre Sweat, DUI enabled. Cedric Gray, linebacker, and Jarvis Brownlee as a cornerback. Offseason losses: Tannehill, Henry, Nick Westbrook, Akine, Andre Dillard. My screen keeps moving because this website's got so many freaking pop-ups on it. Chris Hubbard, Aaron Brewer, Aziz Al-Shair, Sean Murphy Bunting, my boy, and Christian Fulton, Terrell Edmonds, because, he was basically a dumpster fire pick after the failure that was Kevin Byard. Anyway, Chris, you're up. Tennessee Titans, Will Levis and the boys.
6-win team. They're going to be the worst team in that division.
Harsh.
Yeah. It's just I think the division got better. The Jags didn't really do much come the offseason, but I think they're going to be the worst team in that division. They have a tough schedule, like DJ said. I'm looking at their schedule. They play the Bengals. They play the Packers, who've been a better team. They're playing the Dolphins away, the Bills away, the Texans away at least once a year, same division. Who else they got? They got one more. They got the Bears, but the Bears are the Bears. I don't know what the Bears are going to do, but they got a tough schedule this year. So I think it's a 6-7 win team, if I'm being generous. I do like Levis a lot, so I hope he progresses.
He's a Connecticut boy. Got to represent, right, Maddie?
Yes, sir. Xavier kid, I think.
Yep. All right. Oh. Everyone gone? Nate hasn't gone.
We just got a letter.
I think for me, this is a breakout year for Will Levis. I think the running game won't be as much of a factor like it used to be, obviously, because Derrick Henry's gone and Tony Pollard isn't that, that back that you can trust as a workhorse. That's why you guys mentioned him and Spears would be a good duo. But I think Will Levis is going to chuck it a lot this year. I do think the new coach, Callahan from Cincinnati, will bring a more pass-happy offense, and you have 3 outstanding wide receivers add on with tight end Chigi Okonkwo. So I believe in Tennessee. I do. They added some protection for Levis, which is great, including rookie J.C. Latham. I'm going to go with 10-7. I believe in Tennessee that much. I do think the schedule is tough. Like DJ mentioned, the first 4 games are with Chicago, the Jets, the Green Bay Packers, and the Miami Dolphins. But I do think the Titans will hold their own after that bye week in week 5 and will make a run for the wild card spot at 10-7.
You just wanted to say 10 wins, so you say you're the only 10 I see.
Hey, yo.
Good one. Thank you, DJ.
Deej, it's your time, brother. We're talking about your Indianapolis Colts. And because Nate is the best producer of all time, he sent me these so I don't have to go on the stupid freaking website. Nate, if you can get these for the NFC West, that'd be amazing. All right. Veteran additions. Joe Flacco, Raekwon Davis. That's it. Draft, they got Liatu Latu. Love that pick, by the way. I think the Colts are the best first 2 rounds in the draft. I will just say that right now. The only one that comes close is maybe Philly because they got DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. But that's a whole nother argument. Donnie Mitchell is my favorite pick in the draft, hands down. Matt Conclaves, close enough. Tanner Bartolini.
Who broke Jason Kelsey's 3-cone record at the combine, by the way. He's got them quick feet.
Very true. I forgot about that fun fact. Anthony Gould, who's a kick returner, and Jalen Charles as a safety linebacker hybrid. Also, by the way, they didn't mention it, but the Titans all drafted my boy James Williams. So shout out to Walter Football for being weenies, not adding him. They did lose Gardner Minshew, Zach Moss, Isaiah McKenzie, and Jacob Martin. I have the Colts ceiling at 11-6, second in division. Floor 10-7, second in the division. I love this team to be a wild card pain in the butt to put away. I love the Jonathan Taylor revamped team. I love Anthony Richardson being healthy with a healthy O-line. Michael Pittman and Donnie Mitchell is going to be one of the best receiver duos in the league this year that people are sleeping on. And the best part about it is that everyone's talking about the Texans. Everyone's talking about how they're so good, and I still think they're winning this division. But the Colts are going to kind of sneakily take a lot of teams by surprise. And last time I checked, they had a middle to lower tier strength of schedule. Give me the Colts at 11-6, 10-7. I think they are going to be either somewhere between the 5 or 6 seed in the wild card this year in a very weird AFC this season. So give me the Colts. There you go, wild card team. Deej, I mean, the floor is yours, brother.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know if it was best for last or worse for first. I didn't know.
Yeah, he should go last.
Yeah, fine. We'll let him go last. Nate, go first.
Well, I just got leaned forward and everything. All right.
Sorry.
When it comes to the Colts, man, I mean, Joe Flacco's in Indy now, which Chris likes, I'm sure. Their offseason losses. Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl.
Their offseason losses aren't that very impactful, I feel like. I mean, Minshew, yeah, who cares, right? Anthony Richardson's still there and entering his second year. The draft, I think I like the draft a lot. I think my favorite pick from that draft was Donnie Mitchell. I really do. I know we have Michael Pittman Jr., of course, but having Mitchell as that second wide receiver will help out a lot. Looking at the Colts schedule-wise, I have optimism for them, too. I think after all things considered, their beginning of the year isn't as bad as the other two teams that we've discussed already to start the year. Oh, they faced the Giants. That's crazy. Well, that's going to be a win for us, I hope. But I'm going to go 10-7.
You guys can't even do Hard Knocks right.
That's fair.
You failed at that.
You're a villain, dude.
I think we'll go. The Colts will go.
For Despicable Me, that's Jared, bro.
I got the squid gun, baby.
Yeah. It's Vector.
I think Indy will go.
Collar. Hold on.
I think Indy will go 10-7. I think they'll be the same record as the Titans, and the Colts will also challenge for a wild card spot. I just love Anthony Richardson back there. As long as he stays healthy, I think this Colts offense will, do wonders. And the defense is always pretty solid as well. So yeah, DJ, I think your Colts will do pretty well this year, buddy. Good luck to you.
All right. I'll make this 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Colts gonna win the division.
Is it because of Joe Flacco?
No, I actually do think they're gonna win the division. I really like Anthony Richards a lot. He got hurt earlier in the year last year. Also do have Joe Flacco, but he got hurt earlier in the year last year. I do think they're gonna be a lot better team with him in the pocket. I don't know. That's something about Flacco coming to Indianapolis, dude.
Oh wait, Chris. Take it.
There it is.
Oh, come on, Nate.
Flacco! Colts!
I played it, but you beat. I think I beat you too. My fault.
No, you know what the problem is? I beat you to the trigger, and then you hit it, and it just went.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty big on the Colts. I do think I'll just finish it. I do think they're gonna win the division.
It's okay. We're switching to the one and a half sentences once we get to the NFC West. All right, Maddie, because we want to do the draft tonight. So, Maddie, what you got?
I'll do this. I'll one up Chris. I'll do this in 19 seconds. I got the Colts going 11-6. I am a big Anthony Richardson believer, and I love their draft. I love Donnie Mitchell. I love everybody they chose, and I think as long as he stays healthy, I think this is going to be a really tough fought team and a little underrated team. So I got them at 11-6. Even if Richardson goes down, they still got cool Joe Flacco to get in there.
Nice. And we saved all the time for last. DJ, tell us about your Colts.
I'll start by just basically reiterating everyone. AD Mitchell was one of the best picks in the draft. They could have taken him in the first round at pick 15, and most people would be like, "Oh shit, yeah, that's awesome." And they got him in round 2. And you got Latu, most ready to go defensive end, maybe a lower ceiling than Dallas Turner, but still a freak. They kept everybody, really. Zach Moss, Gardner, every starter they re-signed, they decided to run it back. They basically decided to run it back. After going 9-8 and 17 yards away from the division, with everything possibly going wrong last year, with all the injuries, the cornerback situation, everything could have gone wrong, so they decided to run it back. Anthony stays. I'm worried about him staying healthy because he has to play in the Meadowlands twice against the Giants and the Jets. And that stadium's a death trap. So if he can avoid dying there, he can avoid dying anywhere. But I like the team.
Jalen Hurts could dodge a stadium seat from the Commander Stadium. I think he can do it.
I sure hope so, because if he can play at least 15 games, I think they can reasonably go around 11-6. And the funny part with the AFC South, what's kind of goofy is Titans won the division a few years ago, number 1 seed. Next year, they had a dominant 7-game lead, choked it away to a young upstart Jaguars team. Jaguars, the favorite to win the division, come out to a huge lead, choke it away to an upstart Texans team after adding a superstar receiver. Texans add a superstar receiver, maybe come out to a big lead, maybe choke it away to an upstart Colts team. 4 different winners in 4 different years, all with a collapse. History wants to repeat.
This isn't the NFC South or East. All right.
Jared, can I just chime in for 1 second? Tiny bit off topic. Eagles just had their open practice today. Mm-hmm. It was packed with thousands and thousands of fans. They sold out the 100 section.
The Cowboys had no people there today in their open practice.
America's team, right?
Yeah. Also, they do their damn training camp in California, which makes no sense to me. Anyway, all right, moving on. Finally, Hector wanted to be here tonight. He couldn't make it. We are talking about his Texans. Starting off, man, they had an amazing year last year and had a really fun upset in the playoffs. But let's be honest here. No, wrong. Who sent me Steve Harvey as a hot dog?
That'd be Chris.
Oh, my God. That's the first thing I put my phone to. All right. Then Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs, Danielle Hunter. Holy shit, I forgot about that. Fulu Fatasusi, Denisio Atari, Mario Edwards, Tim Settle,
Fatukasi,
Aziz Al-Shair, Jeff Okuda, Miles Bryant, CJ Henderson. Holy crap. Lonnie Johnson, and the Scottish Hammer, Tommy Townsend. All right. They drafted Kamir Lassiter out of, I don't even remember where he's from, out of Blake Fisher, I know where he's from, and Caden Bullock, Cade Stover with a draft class. They lost Devin Singletary, George Fant, Josh Jones, Michael Beltier, Jonathan Garland, Jerry Hughes, Malik Collins, Sheldon Rankins, Hassan Ridgeway. Oh, that is a loss. Blake Cashman, Denzel Perriman shot Miami, Stevie Nelson, the old man, Tavir Thomas, Kareem Jackson, Eric Murray, and Cameron Johnston, another Eagle. All right. Houston Texans, I'll make this quick and fast. I got them going I'm just kidding. I got them going 12-5. This team is explosive. They're going to score a lot of points very fast. It is not because I took Stephon Diggs as my second receiver. They are going to light teams up. And I love all the acquisitions, including Dino Hunter, Al-Shair, and a few others on defense, obviously. The biggest thing to me was, do you build around C.J. Stroud and take advantage of your small window? They did. I think they are the sleeper team in the AFC to win the AFC in total. Obviously, you have to get through the Chiefs, and you have to get through the Dolphins, Bills, Jets, whoever comes out of the East, and obviously the Ravens and/or Bengals. But Texans are the kings of the South for now. I think the Colts are a year away. They need one more good offseason. But, yeah, Texans, this is C.J. Stroud's division to lose. Give me Houston at 12-5. I'm gonna go with Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Texans. They had a great year last year. CJ Stroud exceeded expectations. I was very surprised. I jumped on the Stroud boys bandwagon with Jared. Very excited to see him succeed. I betted against them like 10 times last year, and our what do we call it?
I warned you not to.
I know I didn't listen, but this year is a different story. I think they're going to be a really good team. Obviously, having Diggs to improve the offense and Joe Mixon. Forgot they have Joe Mixon. So their offense is going to be a powerhouse. Maybe I should have said the Colts can win the division. Screw it. I'm still riding with the Colts. Texans are probably going to win like 10. Well, Colts win a bit. All right. 10, 11 games. 10, 11 games in that frame.
He's looking at Kamala Harris speech right now. Whew.
Yeah. Probably 11 games. So, yeah, that's all I got for the Texans. I'm still rooting for the Colts, though, just because of Flacco. Be a different story if he was on the Texans. I'm not
playing the clip. All right. Awesome. Nate.
Houston, great surprise last year. You guys reiterated multiple times just now. So I'm just repeating what you guys said, basically. But, yeah, I mean, I will say Kamar Lassiter is one of my favorite rookies in this draft. It's because on Hard Knocks, when we found out that the Texans were taking Lassiter, Brian Daboll was like, ugh, because we need a corner. But I digress. Texans, Bills, AFC Championship game. Book it. Oh, and then Texans, I'm going to go 13-4.
Say Bills?
Texans and Bills.
Wow. I have them coming in possibly third in the division, but I love your optimism. All right. One quick thing. Yeah, about the Giants offseason Hard Knocks, like I made a laughing cackle before. They lost me after they bumbled the whole Saquon thing. They could have milked the hell out of that, and they didn't. They tried to sweep under the rug, talk about Brian Burns who's going to get maybe 8 sacks this whole year. Listen, if you guys are already down by 30, teams are just going to run the football every game anyway. Who cares? All right, Matty, go.
Villain.
Texans first in the division, 12 wins. I think CJ Stroud takes the leap from his rookie year. They have bolstered that offense. That offense last year looked amazing, and it's not what I thought it would have been when you hear just Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and there was somebody else that was there that got me a few fantasy wins. Noah Brown. Who would have thought? Yeah. But yeah, no, give me 12-5. I think they take that next step with Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs. And they spruced up that defense a little bit too. So I'll take them winning the division again and taking a little leap and getting 12 wins.
There you go. And last but not least, Deej.
I'll put them at 11-6. I think they'll be good. I don't know if they'll take the league by storm necessarily. They did win 8 of their 10 games by 7 points or less last year, so they weren't a lot of close ones where CJ just made a play down the stretch, or Will Anderson and what made a stretch. They added so many pieces. There is a sophomore slump that they overexceeded expectations. It'll bounce back out, I think. So I'm going to put them around 11-6. So unless they say screw your sophomore slump and everyone takes the next step on top of it, then they might be looking at 14-3. But I'm going to factor in the first place schedule with it, and overachieving usually doesn't happen back-to-back years. So we'll give them 11-6. It's still going to be competitive division. They're still going to be awesome. They're still going to piss somebody off.
Would you say they're still going to come up short?
Short against who?
Colts.
I made a short joke. Arizona Cardinals.
Now I got you. Okay. We need to. I got you now. Okay.
Added Desmond Ridder, my boy DJ Dallas, Chris Moore, Jonah Williams, Evan Brown, Belai Nichols, Justin Jones, Karius Tuwanga, Mac Wilson, and my dog Sean Murphy Bunting. Draft picks: Marvin Harrison, Darius Robinson, Max Milton, Trey Benson, Isaiah Abrams, Tip Reelman, a lot of draft picks. Elijah James, Darian Taylor, Demerson, Xavier Thomas. Man, they must have had a Cardinals fan write this because they had like even their 8th round picks on this one. All right, losses: Marquise Brown, Rondell Moore. Where did Rondell Moore go?
Atlanta.
Who? Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, nice. DJ Jeffries, Like Fotu, and Antonio Hamilton. I'm going to make this real quick and simple. Kyler Murray's under 6 feet. The Cardinals are under 7 wins. How you doing?
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go 6 wins for the Cardinals. It's I love the addition of Marvin Harrison Jr. It's just going to be it's a big rebuild. That's all it is.
Team in a decent division, so
yeah. So I'll give them 6 wins. That could be generous, but I'll give them 6.
All right, Deej.
I'm a different end of the spectrum. I think they're arguably the most improved team in the league this year. And as soon as Kyler Murray came back healthy, started playing last year, they were a completely different team down the stretch. Now he has a full offseason of not having a torn ACL. Marvin Harrison Jr. gives him a legit outside weapon. Trey McBride came on strong last year. Defensively, as much as this is an anti-Jonathan Gannon podcast, he did show some of what he can do on the defensive end, and I think now he's got some pieces. I think they're a really good improved team. I'm going to give them 9 wins. I think they're going to be very competitive. And Kyler Murray's back. When he's usually healthy, they're pretty effective, minus the 1 year a couple years ago, right before Cliff Kingsbury and everybody got fired.
All right, Nate.
I never thought Gannon was the right coach for this team. That might be because of his press conference, but I digress. I looked at the schedule, look at the team. They're a year or 2 away. So it'll be a tough year for them again. I'm gonna go 5-12. Not just because of the schedule, but just the roster. I feel like it's not ready just yet. Kyler Murray being healthy is great. Marvin Harrison, wide receiver number one, great. But everything else, I'm not very convinced that they'll make some noise. I'm gonna go 5-12. Not to be too negative, but that's what I have him as.
There will be no Trey McBride slander here.
No, sir. Fancy team. He will be a part of it, I hope.
All right, Chrissy?
Yeah, I'm Nate's spot on with that. I think they're a few years away. Again, like they're a rebuilding team. I guess Gannon's going to be a decent head coach. As much as I don't like the guy, I don't like Kyler Murray either, but he keeps you in ball games when needed. Had to watch front hand last year. Gannon came to Philly and came back to beat us. So I mean, they're going to be like the team that they're going to probably lose a bunch of games, but they're going to have a lot of competitive games. So I'm going to go 5 wins as well with Nate. I do think they're a few years away.
All right. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Who hasn't gone yet?
I think everybody went.
Sweet. I did this right correctly. All right. Moving on to the Los Angeles Scams. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Rams. All right. This is my last place team. 6 wins. I am not a fan of this roster. I don't care that they won 10 games last year. I really don't. They had some good additions. I love the draft picks of Jared Verse and Cameron Kitchens. I think Aaron Donald is the penultimate part of their defense, and I don't care who they drafted. Brendan Fisk is okay. I wasn't like the highest fan on him. They grabbed Tre'Davious White and Darius Williams. So great. They're a retirement home for cornerbacks. Congratulations. I'm not sold in this roster. They can't figure out the running back core. They started Cam Akers. They started our boy. What's the kid who ran for 1,000 yards last year? What's his name?
Kyron Williams.
There you go, Kyron Williams.
My guy.
Blake Corum's there too. Cam Akers.
Blake Corum. Yeah. Here's the problem. They have a hard schedule, and I how much gas does Matt Stafford have left in this tank?
Well, I mean, his. Did you see the podcast of his wife?
Yeah, the fact is, if your wife's mouthing off like that in a podcast about some sketchy shit, I'm sorry, that just scares the hell out of me. I'd be like, babe, what the? I would be like, I'm locking you out of the house for 2 nights. Like, go sleep with your sisters. I'm not dealing with you right now. That's just out of respect for my professional career at that point. That being said, I'm like, nah, I'm not about this life. Give me the Rams of 6 wins. I think this is the team everyone every year. There's an NFL team everyone overestimates. Last year was the Jaguars. This year it's the Rams. They're not going to be that good. We're forgetting there's 2 teams who have made the playoffs or come close every year for the last 3 years in this division, along with the Cardinals. Yet, no, the Rams have a problem. They didn't fix any of the holes in their offense. They just kind of patched them with Band-Aid and said, oh, great, retirement pieces. Awesome. Deej, what do you think?
The Rams have a weird history of they're really good one year, then the next year they fall off since Sean McVay came in. First year with Goff, they were great. Next year, miss the playoffs. Next year, go to the Super Bowl. The year after that, they fall off a cliff. Win the Super Bowl, win 5 games. Last year, they went to the playoffs. History shows us they're probably going to win like 5 or 6 games. Matthew Stafford's got to stay healthy. I do think Puka Nakua is not going to – he's still good. It's going to sound like slander, but he's not going to repeat what he did last year. He's still going to be fine. He's still going to be good. He's still really
now
good.
Guys are going to know to look for him. Like, they're going to plan for him.
He's not going to sneak up on anyone this year. And defensively, you already mentioned it too. You don't just lose Aaron Donald. And plus, they're still recovering from losing Jalen Ramsey and all those guys too. So 5-6 wins. They'll be competitive. They'll annoy some teams. They'll ruin somebody's playoff hopes. I don't know whose, but they'll piss somebody off.
That I will agree with.
Like, they will ruin somebody's life, guaranteed. I just don't know who's yet. But I'm going to put them at about 6 wins.
My money's on Arizona. All right, Nate.
I think the one thing that will kill this team completely is injuries. Stafford's old. Kupp has shown injury history concerns. Kyron Williams, even him too. That's why they got Corum in the draft. This is a big year for Stafford, though. Basically, after a revised contract, he is playing essentially on a 1-year, $40 million contract. So the Rams kind of don't believe in him beyond this year. So this will have to be the year in which he will have to have a big season, but this won't happen whatsoever. I got the Rams going 6-11 because they're going to have to score. And with the injury concerns, plus that defense, you can't even name 5. The average fan can't even name 5 names from that defense.
Thank you.
6-11.
All right, Maddie.
Well, the team last year had a lot of draft picks, and it's just a team that nobody really knew anybody on defense besides Aaron Donald last year. And I like the additions that they made with like Tre'Davious White, Jonah Jackson on the offensive line, Cameron Curl. I love their draft too. I'm not gonna lie. I know they lost Aaron Donald, but you replace them with 2 defensive ends, defensive tackle, Blake Corum. I'm high on Cameron Kitchens. I like a lot. Could be lone wolfing this, but I think that they can have another solid year. It's going to depend on health, I know. I'll give them. I think they're going to repeat and go 10 wins again. Maybe I'm just a believer in this team, but I like the additions that they made. I saw the fight they had last year, and I feel like they did improve. And so I know their schedule's a little tough, so I'll give that with some injury history. I'll say they go back to about 10 wins.
All right. Is that everyone for the Rams?
No.
Nathan.
Crispy.
Oh, crispy. Sorry. Nathan, thumbs up. It's deceptive.
I looked at their schedule. Their schedule is pretty tough this year. I do think they're going to be a 6-win team. And again, like you guys are saying, it all depends on the durability of Stafford. Their roster's hit a little bit of a decline, but their offense is boosted a little bit, especially with Kyron Williams. But as I look at their schedule, I do think they're a 6-win team. So.
Nice. All right. Moving on to Sleepy Seattle. They had added backup quarterback Sam Howell as they did their weird QB swap with the Giants. George Fant, Tremaine Archam, Nick Harris, Jonathan Hankins, Jerome Baker, Terrell Dotson, Rashawn Chase. They take kind of look. Okay, Kayvon Wallace, my dog. All right, so I will give them credit here. They did load up their defense with a bunch of vets. They still didn't fix their pass rush problem because they only got Byron Murphy, Christian Haynes, Terrence Knight, AJ Burner, Nahime Pritchett, lost Drew Lock, Colby Parkson, Will Disley, Damian Lewis, Phil Haynes, Evan Brown, Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, Devin Bush, Quandre Diggs, and the best in the nation, Jamal Adams. All right. That being said, I think the Seahawks are going to be right where they were last year, maybe a little more efficient with the football. I have them at 10-7, 11-6. Their schedule isn't horrible. It's not great either, but they have a good offense. They have a lot of weapons. I think JSN is going to take another step forward. He wasn't the top rookie receiver last year, but he's still dynamic and hard to cover. DK, Tyler Lockett, Kenneth Murray, Zach Charbonnet. I thought it was Chernoblat for the longest time, which would have been a great power back name, by the way. And obviously, I am the biggest Geno Smith stan of all time. That being said, give me the Seahawks to just be annoying to play, and they're going to be 11-6, 10-7, number one wild card team. Deej.
I'm in a similar vein. I like Seattle a lot too. I really like Mike McDonald's the head coach. I think defensively, just his scheme and what he brings to the table, he's going to cover up a lot of their deficiencies in the front line. You're giving him a dog like Devin Witherspoon. We saw what he did with Kyle Hamilton last year. He's going to have a whole lot of fun with that defense. The secondary is going to be revamped. Offensively, Kenneth Walker's, I think JSN's the breakout receiver this year. I think in fantasy, you take him in the mid rounds and you got a stud. I think this is his breakout year. I like Seattle a lot. I'm gonna go with 11 wins. I think they're gonna be really good. As Geno doesn't have to be. I didn't write back Geno. He just can't be last year's Geno. And their offensive line's gonna be healthy.
He was playing great last year. He just got banged up.
He just, as long as the offensive line can stay healthy. I like what they could do a lot. So I'm gonna go with 11 wins. They could be some dogs.
All right, Maddie.
I don't know. I'm not that big of a Geno believer. I've seen him many times. He's that kind of. He can be that one season wonder sometimes.
That sounds like fan bias to me, Matthew. Should I call Bianca?
I mean, hey, I watched him every day for 5 years.
It's because your team doesn't take care of quarterbacks. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not saying that's incorrect, but you know,
the pain lingers.
It does. I'm going to give them 9 wins. I do think they have a much improved defense. I do like Mike McDaniel up there for that to get a Legion of Boom 2.0 possibly. There is a lot of help. Oh man, that interruption gets a 3 out of 5 on the boom meter. Anyways, I'll give them 9 wins. I don't think Geno Smith is the answer for them long term. I think this could be the last year. Maybe you see him in Seattle if it doesn't go their way. But I think I thought it was up. I thought he got like a 3-year deal like a couple years ago.
They could get rid of him next year if they wanted to without it killing them.
But they have an extension for 3 more years.
Like it was more front loaded. So after this year, if they want to, it's easier to get rid of him after this year. They're not Daniel Jones or anything like that.
Geno Smith could go down. Sam Howell could step in. Zach, what's the running back? Walker. He's been hurt ever since he entered the league. I'll take 9 wins with some injury issues. I'm just not that high on Seattle.
You're not sleepless in Seattle?
I'm not. I'm sleeping in Seattle.
It's probably for the better. It's rainy there. It's kind of nice.
Bro, iCarly's in Seattle. That's crazy. There's that villain.
Why do we emphasize the MA?
I don't know. Ma. All right. Nate, go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle 10-7. I do think that McDonald as the new head coach will definitely help his defense a lot. I know Devon Witherspoon very, very well because he picked off my guy on that faithful Monday night in
Wait,
East
didn't
Rutherford.
everyone pick off your guy?
How about?
I'm on my.
I know, man. I feel you, Jared.
Your
I feel
Giants
you.
The IPAs in them, dude.
Dude, your Giants have been catching more strays than a back block in Chicago.
Everything we do, man, it's always like always like hilarious to you. I love it. I really do this here. It's always a joy.
Franchise in the big city.
I'm gonna go with Seattle going to 10-7. This defense is gonna be great. Julian Love at safety is very underrated. One of the top 100 players in the NFL according to last year and to this year's rankings as well. And offensively, Metcalf, Lockett, it might fall off a little bit. Lockett will, but Jackson Smith and Jigba will definitely have a breakout year this year. So 10-7 Seattle. Let's do it.
Who's left?
I think we ran the gambit.
Nice.
Chrissy, did you do yours?
Chrissy did not. Chrissy's also going to say that Seattle's going to be a 10-7 team. I like Seattle a lot this year. I think they're a good team. I think Geno's been great for them. I think he's exceeded their expectations, especially because we didn't know what he was going to be after the Jets. I'm glad he found a home in Seattle. I think they're going to be a good team. I think they're going to be a wild card team. I don't think they're going to win their division because obviously the 49ers are pretty good. But yeah, I'm rooting for Seattle. Not Drew Lock. Do not like that guy.
He's on the Giants now.
He's with us now.
So
You talk
he's
about
all
Sam
right.
Howell.
Hey, listen, he'll be
I
the
hate him
starting
even
quarterback
more.
in New York by week 7, so it's fine.
Yeah, you're gonna be howling to the moon for Sam Howell.
I think Drew Lock honestly got a raw deal in Seattle, and then he goes to New York, where basically it's like trying to compete against the guy with one arm playing quarterback. So
I'd like to politely say that Locke did beat the Eagles last year, so maybe we'll play
it's
him
okay.
against you
He's
guys.
gonna beat Daniel Jones this year, buddy. It's okay. No, he didn't beat the Eagles. Our defensive coordinator beat the Eagles.
Here we go.
He did beat us. My grandma came
Y'all
all the
about
way
to
from
catch some
Florida
heat this
to watch
year.
that game.
About to learn today. All right, here we go. We're going to the San Francisco 49ers, as they'll be called until they stop choking in big games. Key additions: Josh Dobbs, the rocket scientist, Brandon Parker, Leonard Floyd, Utur Gross Matos, best name in football, Malik Collins, Jordan Elliott, Devondre Campbell, Isaiah Yandam, whatever. Ricky Pearsall and Renardo Green were the 2 top picks. They lost Sammy Ikiss, teachers for Mono Darnold, Charlie Warner, Matt Pryor, Chase Young, Randy Gregory, Cleveland Farrell. I forgot he's still playing football. Eric Armstead, Javon Kinlaw. Damn, they lost a lot on the D-line. Sebastian Joseph. Damn, a lot on the D-line. Oren Brooks, Isaiah Oliver, Tashawn Gibson. I forgot he was there. And Logan Ryan. It just shows how their defense kind of was like absent in the second half against the Chiefs. Boom! Sorry, that was there. Like the Niners are just the worst. We needed a call to go bad to lose to y'all. Y'all just choked. Talking about the Chiefs. All right. San Francisco 49ers are going to be the 3 seed in the NFC. They will go a hearty 11-5, 12-5, 13-4. It all depends on the number 1 seed, which will be Detroit. I'm going to tell you this right now. And the mystery team for the NFC East, who will it be? Who will finish ahead of them? No, not you. As the second team, I have a really weird suspicion Detroit's going to be that team who's going to go like 15-1 and lose in the first round. The Niners have a good team, and I just really hope there's no Madden curse for Christian McCasterrisk. That being said, the Niners will be a solid team. They're going to be a hard out. They'll be in the final 8 teams. They might get the NFC title game to play Detroit or Philadelphia. Oh, I said it. So we'll see what happens. They own the Dallas Cowboys if they even make the playoffs. And it's just they have a solid roster, but they lost a lot of depth. So San Fran, 12-5. It's not a bad season. I just think also they're putting way too much stock in Brock Purdy. They're gonna have to pay him basically half a farm. So
Can I go next? I'll make it quick.
Okay, Chrissy.
0-60. Nah, I'm just kidding. They'll be a 12-5 team. They're obviously a really good team. They went to the Super Bowl last year. I cannot stand them. But they're going to be in the NFC Championship. I feel like this year, no matter what, no matter who they play. I just hope it's the Eagles. I hope they come back to Philadelphia again because
it's stamped.
Stamped them, dude. I just want Brock Purdy.
I love how the best rivalry in the NFL in the NFC right now is Philly versus San Fran.
Yeah, dude. Like, where did that even come from?
We broke their quarterback.
Imagine if I was a Niners fan. That'd be crazy.
Honestly, I'd probably make fun of you less.
Really?
Yeah. No. You live in California. No, I just talk more shit to you, but I'd make fun of you less.
Penalty box.
I'm from Connecticut. I grew up around Giants fans.
Mm-hmm.
I have a predisposition to jaw at you regardless. Cowboys fans that look at you like, oh, you're them. Giants fans, I'm like, we're your kryptonite. We always have been.
12-5.
12-5. I love it.
12-5.
Maddie.
Yeah, same boat. I think they're going to go 12-5. It's just a team, no matter who they lose, who they gain, they just always figure out a way to win a division, get to at least 12 wins. I think Brandon Ayuk plays for them this year. If he gets dealt, maybe it's at the deadline. But I think Brandon Ayuk starts the season as a Niner. And with all their additions and everything, I think they got at least 12 wins in there and get the division again.
All right. Nate.
Yeah. You mentioned the defensive pieces that they lost: Armstead, Kinlaw, and Shabazz Joseph Day. But they go back there and they not upgrade, but they add in pieces like Javon Hargrave and Malik Collins and whatnot, and Leonard Floyd, I should say. Hargrave was on the team last year, so my mistake there. Yeah, the Niners team, they were, I think, when I looked at it last time, they were favored in each one of their games. I may be mistaken, but is not out of the ordinary. I'm gonna go 13-4. Ayuk stays a Niner, and they will be the first seed in the NFC.
Nice. Deej.
13-4. I think last year they were very good while things weren't going as well as one would think. I do think Brock Purdy's better than a lot of people give him credit for. He's just not top 5, which some people also want to say he is. He's somewhere a little lower than that. I think they'll be fine. They're still loaded. They'll find a way to win 13 games, and they'll go from there, whether Brandon Ayuk is there or not.
All right. Next week, we'll be doing NFC North and NFC South. It will finish on a Monday show when I return from Cleveland with the NFC East preview. Or we will bring them in, or we'll do it the following Thursday. I don't know. College football is coming up very fast. We got to be careful. All I know is great job, boys. We speed ran that unlike last week, which just took us hours. So that being said, it is time for our next and final segment as I write up the banner for it because I realized we didn't have one for this with a sponsor. I forgot how to spell purchase for a second. Got it. There we go. It's time for the KB draft presented by SeatGeek. Promo code BellyUpSports for $20 off your first purchase. All righty. So the official draft order is DJ, Nate, Chris,
I'm in
your
the middle.
handsome self, myself, and then Maddie coming in last. So the rules are simple. 5 slots, 5 cartoon characters, no holds barred. This should be either the fastest or slowest draft we've ever done. I was thinking about doing unless you guys want to do impromptu, we can do categories. I can think of 5 right now. We can do Cartoon Network, Classic, Nickelodeon, Adult Swim / Fox, and then Wild Card. We could do that as well.
I think maybe keep it. Maybe we can just do random. It doesn't matter which category.
I
up to you, Jay. Up to you. Yeah,
all right, we know what we're gonna do categories. I like it.
Sorry. Maybe.
All right, we'll start off with classic cartoon characters as the first. DJ, you have the first overall pick. It is yours.
Define classic. Are we talking about before half of us were born? That type of classic?
You can talk as early as 1910. You can do Steamboat Mickey for all I care.
All right. Well, okay. I was not prepared to go first overall. Why couldn't I get first overall in sports movies? I was ready for that. But all right. We'll go with Bugs Bunny. We're going to go with Oral Apple. Now, what's up,
the
Doc?
GOAT. All right, Nate.
I'm going to go Mickey the Mouse. Who doesn't love Mickey the Mouse?
I don't love Mickey the Mouse.
Oh, guys.
The Nazi House of Mouse. Nobody likes him. All right.
He ruined Star Wars. Or he tried to.
Ruined Star Wars, ruined Indiana Jones. Chrissy.
I'm going to go Snoopy.
Nice.
That's a good one. That's the most Chris pick of them all. I love it.
Give me Daffy Duck. You're despicable.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a Jared pick.
I'm going to go with the classic Scooby-Doo.
Ooh, that's a good one.
What's the next category?
Next is Cartoon Network. So that could be anything from Kids Next Door to Ed, Nettie to
Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo. You can go anywhere here.
Well, thank you, Mama.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna give it away with this one. I'm gonna do fromage. Give me Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
Nice. I'm gonna go Ed from Ed, Nettie.
Which Ed?
Because, dude, even
Doofus Ed.
Yeah, Doofus Ed. Because you know
what
the thing
is,
is,
Sweet Bippy, I did.
but you're Sweet Bippy. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. Even at his most random, you realize a lot of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is actually kind of poignant and on point in today's world. Ed is my pick. Chrissy.
I don't know if you guys seen this, but I watched it when I was younger. I'm gonna go Mordecai from Regular Show.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
I'm gonna go with Gumball from the Amazing World of Gumball.
Nice.
Yeah.
Deej, Cartoon Network.
We're gonna go with a goodie, Samurai Jack.
Oh,
Nice.
the
That's a really
GOAT.
good one.
DJ
Really?
might honestly just steamroll through us right now. This is kind of really bad.
Can't
Yeah.
pull that one out of left field.
All right, now we're going Nickelodeon. So, Deej.
I hate this back-to-back thing. This is not where I wanted that. Oh, Danny Phantom.
Nice.
Wow, good one, good one.
Nate.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, boo.
Okay.
All right. Chrissy.
I'm gonna go Doodle Bob.
Doodle Bob, yes.
Script. I'm going with the GOAT, Patrick Starr, baby. Come on.
Oh, come on.
The
Man, he's
internet
gotta get
mechanisms
William.
of my mind are an enigma.
Oh man, now I gotta go in the archives because I all three of the ones that I had, you all took.
You took Doodle Bob too?
I wanted Doodle Bob, SpongeBob, and then Patrick Star. All right, I'm gonna go with give me Squidward.
Nice.
Can't go wrong.
Oh God.
That was more of a Squilliam laugh, but I'll take it.
That's
All right,
Squidward
Maddie.
Squidward.
Now we're going to Adult Swim / like Fox. So it can be anywhere from like Smiling Friends all the way down to Family Guy.
So many. Give me Rick from Rick and Morty.
Bastard. Even though everyone really is a Jerry, they think they're Rick, but they're really Jerry.
I don't like it going first in these rounds because
I know. This is why it's Griffey in the middle. Give me Peter freaking Griffin.
Lois.
All right. Go, Chrissy.
I'm gonna take Stewie Griffin.
Nice.
nice.
I'm gonna go Brian Griffin. Y'all took my Stewie and
We're
my
going
Peter.
to sleep on Family Guy right now.
I love Family Guy.
No Simpsons, no American Dad, no
I
Bob's
was gonna
Burgers.
take Roger.
All right, go.
Well, I was gonna. Thanks for the spoiler, Chris. I was gonna take Roger from American Dad. So there we go.
My
All right,
fault.
all
Good
right,
morning, USA.
Hey, Francine.
Your ability to do those voices is uncomfortably uncanny.
You okay, DJ?
Chris. I think
All right,
this
we're putting
year
Chris in the-
every
that's
pick,
actually-
every 6-pack like wild card pick this year, you should do an impression.
I just got kicked out. Oh, you kicked me out, DJ. You kicked me out.
I told
All
you
right.
guys freaking out when she said
Wild
my name
card
in that
pick
voice.
time.
I'll
DJ, you get to pick any category, anywhere you want, any cartoon character ever existing. You get to take now.
Wow. Okay. We're gonna cheat and we're gonna take Darth Vader from Star Wars Rebels.
Nice. All right, Nate.
I'm gonna go with Charlie Brown.
Going with the solid pick. All right, Chrissy.
This is one I've been waiting to take. I'm gonna take Randy Marsh from South Park.
Very nice. I'm going to take Captain Rex from Star Wars Clone Wars.
Good pick.
I don't know, but for some reason, the one name that keeps popping in my head is Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls.
Nice.
Underrated.
Some of those left on the table would be Eric Cartman, Kenny, Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson, Morty, anybody from Smiling Friends.
Oh, dude, I want to take Cletus from The Simpsons. The redneck dude.
Tateo's girlfriend.
Totally out of left field, like the 80th most recognized character. I love it.
I can't. I simply can't.
We will do a graphic for this one. You will tell us who won. We'll do a random. One guy gets a bye week. The other two got a no. Two guys get a bye week. No, we'll figure it out, Nate. We'll organize this later. Anyway, we'll release these graphics this weekend. Let us know who won in the comments and on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Very efficient show today, fellas.
Not bad.
Do you guys want to see the new kickoff or no?
Sure,
No.
show it to us.
Okay, cool. Because it's in action today.
I like.
That was
We just got a letter.
We just got a letter.
It's from EA Sports. It's for $16.
No. It's from the Hall of Fame
Oh
games
yeah,
today.
for the
Yeah. I won't play the audio.
If we
'cause
get
we
a
won't get
copyright strike, Nate, I'm kicking your ass.
It's on Twitter. It's proof for Twitter. We're giving credit to Alex for this highlight. I'll full screen it.
Can we see the comments?
Jesus,
Yeah.
like I'm watching the XFL.
This looks so cool. What
I
if it's a touchback? Let me see.
I like the Nickelodeon bowl better.
Oh, they're gonna return it. Oh shit. Excuse my language.
Nathan cursed.
Darn it. I got excited. Football's back. I got
Never
excited.
done.
Football is back. I might throw this on the background because my Diamondbacks are not playing right now, even though winners of 17-24. Feeling pretty good right now.
Very good.
Fuego, baby. What's
And you guys
hotter
are
than
getting-
the desert weather? The team that plays in it. There we go. And the Dodgers are choking. It's going to be a Padres Diamondbacks race. Let's do this.
Ew. Not the Padres.
Hey, listen, Machado versus Walker, Marte versus Tatis. I'm totally down. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an amazing show by me and the boys. Shout out to our sponsors, SeatGeek, Canada Dips, and Righteous Felon. We appreciate you all for stopping by. You can find DJ and Kelsey every Wednesday at 8 o'clock at Everything Hilo Sports. Also, check out for content from me and DJ and Kelsey because all three of us will be live at the Fantasy Football Expo next Friday through Sunday. You can also see me and DJ lighting it up in the secondary as Kelsey's two best receivers. And then you can find me, Nate, Chrissy, and the boys at All Things Quarter Roof Pod.
And
Also,
Maddie.
you can find Nate at All Things, I believe it's 3rd and 10, correct?
Yes, sir. 3rd and 10 podcast. That's what I do on the side out of here, outside of the corner
Little
booth.
side hustle besides being like a random fanboy from Philadelphia or a backup dancer in a Will Smith video.
Yes. And the next host of Blue's Clues, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah,
That's the goal. No, I'm telling you, Nickelodeon does a football show. Nate's the host.
Yeah,
There
you
go.
go to the
I could
nice-
change that. That show is so stupid. I'm sorry. I had to say it, bro.
Oh,
You
he's
suck.
Nate's
suck.
coming out with haymakers.
They
I got notes.
Hey, suck.
All right, gentlemen, it's been an amazing show today. Let's go home, watch some preseason football, Hall of Fame game with players that probably will be in the XFL or the UFL or the CFL in the next year and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll be back. I'm not sure about a show Monday. We'll be back for a show the following Monday and back-to-back Thursday shows. So we will catch you later. Have a good weekend. Peace out.
Love you guys.
Love you, Mom.
Annie Aker. We'll
Love you,
see you
Mom.